Hey everyone, it's your favorite CEO, Miss Flo, and welcome to another episode of Neon Mike where the conversations just glow. Today I have another special guest, is a huge entrepreneur that's not only growing himself but helping others to grow on his platform and is creating his own social media app from New Jersey. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Naki. I'm the founder of Blamazon and the BlamFam app. And like she said, we created a space for Black business owners and Black entrepreneurs to grow and be able to network with different consumers and other creators. So I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me. I look forward to talking to you.
All right, thank you for coming on the Zoom with me. Hopefully, it's something we can meet in person. Um, I was shown your app, Bland Fam, and I'm very intrigued because we have you have some really big competition out here. You know what I mean? Like Instagram, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, like they're been around for like a while. But I think at the same time, a lot of people are have their pet peeves with the social media
Mhm.
platform, especially Black creators. The concern of that the algorithm doesn't always push our content to the same level as our white
Absolutely.
counterparts. How does your app help amplify Black creators and Black entrepreneurs?
That's a great question. So right now, while there isn't like an extensive algorithm like you can imagine the one that's built with companies that have been around for years, I believe we've done a good job right now at creating a space that makes it easy for you to connect with your audience. It makes it easy for people to find you and create that visibility. As we grow, we're looking to build an algorithm that hyper focuses specifically on your audience and showing your content to your audience while also taking care of things like outreach and trying to help you grow and gain new followers. It's really important for us that the people who already do follow you, the people who already support you, they have an opportunity to continually see your content as long as they're engaging. So that's something that's really important to us that isn't really the case with a lot of social media platforms because they want you to pay for that visibility. They want you to pay for ad space and things like that. So that is our big focus, being able to build an algorithm that truly focuses on your following, the people you've already worked hard to build and cultivate. We want to make sure those people see you.
Yeah, I was so shocked, but you know what? I'm not gonna say that because it's like money rules everything. When we
Mhm.
the announcement of like you have to pay for the blue check, and I felt bad for a lot of the content creators who work so hard to because some time ago you had to get the following, you had to get your numbers,
Right,
like that blue check was
right.
earned, and rightfully so because it takes a lot to really gain that visibility and to see like, oh, you had to pay for it, and that if you didn't, you would lose it. And I'm so glad like you're speaking on that, and that with your app you don't have to like pay. It's just like if you're interesting enough, what I mean, it's like everything is earned, not paid for.
Right. No, absolutely. And that was a money grab for sure. Like however many X amount of people they already have who have blue checks that now have to pay for them, and then just regular people who haven't really, like you said, done anything to truly earn that blue check, right? You have to fill out forms, you have to be a notable person in order to really get that blue check and become verified. And now that anybody can just pay for it, it truly diminishes that. Right now, the only verification process that we have on BlamFam is to verify you as a seller because on the app you can not only create content, but you can sell products directly through your video streams and everything happens in app. So you have that opportunity to become a verified seller. You get a green check mark. And then as we grow, we'll build that blue check mark type of verification process where if you're just like a notable content creator, you've built a huge following, then we go ahead and see about verifying you by those means. But there's no pay to play. I don't even want to do an ad network on our platform itself. So I want to keep the platform ad free. if I'm giving you guys the opportunity to sell your products. Essentially, you're all creating ads, or those of you who are selling products are creating ads in that regard. So I don't want to have the whole, FYP page, the whole stream there just be every 3 videos ads, right? So nah, we want to make it a streamlined process, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to grow and build their platform, build their following.
And thank you for that because I feel like now on social media, it's like I don't really see too many people that I follow on the homepage. It's like, oh, suggested for you or suggested ads. And I'm like, can I just see the people that I follow? Because like
That's
I'd be missing so much and it's so
right.
annoying.
And it really is, because I clicked follow because I want to see this person. That is the whole idea behind me following them. And to learn that TikTok doesn't make it a priority to show, and no platform, it's not just TikTok, no platform makes it a priority to show your content to your following. They're always trying to have you build a new following, or again, pay for ads.
Yeah. So I thank you again for building this app. One, how long have you been working on this app and how close are you to is it to like premiere on all phones? Because I think right now it's just with Apple
Just
stores.
iOS.
Mm.
Correct, correct. So, oh man, we started Blamazon back in 2020, and then officially became a business in like 2021. And around that time, we started throwing out the idea of an app, but we didn't have anything really solidified. Eventually, we opened up a brick and mortar store. And as we grew on TikTok, people were suggesting, different features, different things that an app could be for Blamazon, whether it was just a platform where we had like a store set up. It just kind of grew, from the people around 2021. It took a good amount of time to build the app, maybe 14, 16 months, somewhere around there to build the app. I did a lot of crowdfunding to raise the funds in order to build the platform. I went through a development team that didn't work out. Then we built another development team, and finally we got the app in the App Store. But it'll take some resources before we can build for Android, build new features. We're working on an investor right now. Hopefully, we can close that, and if we do, we'll be able to build that live feature that we've been talking about. We'll be able to build for Android.
Now you talked about the brick and mortar store. Where are you guys stationed at? Are you still in Jersey?
So no, man, I moved out of Jersey some time ago, but we're in Georgia now. So we had a store out in the metro Atlanta area. Technically, we were in Lilburn. We had a store for some time, and we started doing a lot more business online. So we kind of just said, you know what, we're going to shut down the store. We're going to focus on our online sales. Even when we would go live, if people wanted to buy stuff from the store, just buy stuff from us, they would just go to our website. The store was great for attention for sure, but most people did business with us online. So we decided to get rid of that overhead.
Ah, got it. Honestly, because like the price of rent anywhere in any major cities is
A lot.
criminal. It's criminal. It's very criminal, and it's just like it's very hard for any small business that's trying to make it out here to really keep up with those prices. So
Right.
I agree. Like the online store is just so convenient, and you can reach way more people. So like I understand your decision in that. But more about Blamazon. That is such
Mhm.
an amazing name. So how did you come up with that?
If I tell you this, man, honestly it was a joke. So it started on Facebook. People were talking about, oh, we need, spaces that focused on selling black products, like a black Amazon, like literally. I was like, what if you put black and Amazon together? What do you get? You get Blamazon. And I said, if I build Blamazon.com, y'all gonna come and use it? People like, yeah, that was the most engagement I've ever gotten on a Facebook post in a group or on my regular Facebook feed. We had 300 people. They was like, yeah, like that sounds dope. You gonna build that? I did. I built it. A week later, I built it. We had over 150 people sign up just to be vendors immediately, like day one. And then, people started using the website. People started selling their products. And it's, again, it's not something that's big. I understand that there's highs and lows. There's ups and downs with it. As we market more, we start seeing more people on the platform. The less marketing we do, the less people who are, using the platform, using the space. So I'm trying to rebrand the website right now. I kind of want to do black-owned luxury products, so I'm kind of trying to focus on some things around that, and see what we can make shape. But we did some good numbers. Some people made some good money hosting their products on Blamazon.com. I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. I feel like we're in a renaissance era where a lot of people want to, especially in the Black community, want to keep the money within the Black community.
Right,
But it's like it's a bit of a challenge to find a suitable platform where you have to just to get started. Like the
right,
paperwork alone, the fees to like just to be an official business and all the other challenges that come with it. But to just have like a platform to help promote and like bring attention, and especially like Black luxury items, I don't think that gets enough attention at all because we see like with those that are like starting off with the clothing line is very comfortable. It's more
right,
sportswear.
right.
So I think it's cool to just see like, okay, luxury, like we also do business casual upscale because it's like if you look at my community in DC, things
Hmm.
that are in my neighborhood, you have Rainbow or you have Ross. They're like,
Oh, got you, got you.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's more
Okay.
suited for women, but we don't really have something for our young men. So just to have like a
Mhm.
luxury store for that's available online for them
Right.
to get the proper suit for, more upscale events and occasions like that would be so convenient.
No, absolutely. I mean, everything is moved to the internet. I'm gonna be honest. I rarely go to the grocery store anymore. I order groceries online. Man, Instacart that I know $5, $10. Okay, cool. You go ahead and take that. Yeah, bring me my groceries. So I think it's important that we create spaces for all types of things online. So, luxury items. I'm looking at the Black automobile makers, right? Where y'all at? I know that there's like one or two companies. I think like one company in Africa. I think it's called Murezim. You know what I mean? So electronics, all that type of stuff. I'm looking for those type of things to promote and put on the website. I want to be as much. I want to house as many products as possible. Very similar to an Amazon, very similar to an eBay, but just everything Black owned. That's all.
You think it's like, it's you just like say that's all, like it's no big deal. But I mean, it is a big deal. It's, what I mean, I feel like there was, this giant gate, this obstacle that kept a lot of our modern day innovators and creators from really blossoming. And
Absolutely.
you would think that, this was something that honestly should have came about around the same time we had when Instagram and social media started coming out. You know what I mean? So again, thank you so much for, creating this.
No, no, no doubt. And then you know what? I do want to say, like, I'm certainly not the first person. If you look at Black Planet and things like that, those are certainly precursors to the social media, element, how everything works today. They were features that were on Black Planet that are available on all social media platforms today. So I'm definitely not the first. But like you said, it's all about that visibility. It's all about being seen, and we're always on the back burner. That was the whole point of me making Blamazon and BlamFam, is because we're always in the back. We're always in the sea amongst everyone else. It's time that we're in our own little boat. This is where we all at. You can come find us right here. And that's all I'm trying to make. So there's a couple other places out there, but I don't know if they're as focused as we are, and really making that happen like that. Like I'll shout it from the rooftops, Black first. That's what I'm trying to build.
Yeah. Yeah. So on top of being like an app creator, you're also an author. You had a chance to like to write a book and tell your story.
Oh man.
Can you go ahead and give us like basically a synopsis about your book and your journey?
Oh yeah. So I did write a book. Um I I'm in the editing stages. I'm thinking about rewriting some aspects of it, and adding some things as things continue to happen in my life. But I did write a book called From Prison to Passion. For those of you who don't know, I did do a 2-year prison term back in 2010. 2010 to 2012, I did 2 years. I walked off 3 years of parole. And basically, From Prison to Passion is just my story. And I'm hoping that it'll be able to inspire others, people who've come from a background similar to mine, not just, being incarcerated, but where I'm from in Jersey City. I'm from the projects. There's a lot of Black kids in the projects who don't feel like that they have opportunities, or don't feel like that they can build something for the masses, or even just for themselves. So I guess it's really just not necessarily a rags to riches story per se, but struggle to triumph for sure.
Thank you for sharing that. I feel like a lot of returning citizens don't always get a second chance or is like welcome back with open arms. But like for most people, I think like everybody, or at least most people, have at least one returning citizen in their family. I know I do. And he's worked like so hard to redeem himself and reconnect with his community and his family. So I think like if once your book comes out, I think it would touch a lot of people and then also have like a fundamental understanding of like how one's environment plays such a pivotal role uh in their pathway. Like it's not always as simple. Sometimes like, and I'm an educator too. So like
Mhm.
I've worked with students that come from very dangerous neighborhoods and we do what we can to really pull them out of it and show them, there's life outside of it. But it's just like
Right.
sometimes it's just, it's a huge tug of
Reality. It's,
war.
re- it's reality. That's what it is. We could say all types of stuff. Oh, look at XYZ person who made it. But for every one of those examples you give me, I could show you 1,000 kids that will never even get that chance at all. It's just the reality of those things. But like you said, there are ways, there are things you can do. I'm definitely not saying that it's impossible and that we shouldn't aspire to do more, especially people from those type of areas now. Um, but we also have to be real about the situation.
Right.
But yeah,
We can't always sugarcoat it. It's more so it's
right.
like it is what it is. So let's like find a way to bring people out of that, whether, they are a returning citizen or, even whether it's before and try to
Or
prevent them from
yeah.
getting that or like after and just make sure they get the proper support that they need so that they don't recidivate. And
And that's really it right there, is just support, opportunity. What are the things that these kids have aspiring to look toward? um is it the guy on the street, what I mean, making a lot of bread, so, what I mean, who what other examples do they have? And if we can do more of that, we can provide them with examples, provide with opportunity, then we could definitely curve a lot of that.
for sure. And returning back to Blamazon, how does a Black entrepreneur connect with you? How do they get their products on your website?
So right now I am rebranding the website itself, but people can always, hit me up via email. They can go to the contact us page on the website, talk to me on social media. I'm very active on social media, TikTok and Instagram especially. I respond to people DMs. People are always surprised. They're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you respond." I said, "Wow, I'm just little old me for real." So I talk to people. I go to their lives. I comment on their videos, and if you hit me up, I will respond.
All right, well that's good that you're like so reachable. I think what people are so used to is just like, and I've experienced this myself, like you try to reach out to people and then it's just left on scene. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? So
mhm.
it's just like it's good that you are like really true to your word. Like if you reach out, you're willing to help and provide the necessary support. And a lot of times
Absolutely.
the support isn't a lot. It's a like, it's a follow, it's a subscribe, it's a share. And all of that is free. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And it
Facts.
makes a world of difference.
But I do be telling people to go to my GoFundMe too, because we need money, baby. Listen, it's not cheap. it's not cheap maintaining an app. There have been some months where just paying for server space, you could pay $3,000-4,000 for server space, and we got 30,000 people. Imagine what we're going to be spending on a monthly basis when the app has 1 million users.
Wow. And I don't think people think about it that much. You know what I
They
mean?
don't.
It's just like, oh, it's here.
Right.
Let me post my selfie.
No, like even now, right? I'm going through a small issue with the platform because Apple updated something, which now my manual email system doesn't work with this update. So now I have to update the app and then send that back and get it reapproved, and all of that costs. And people don't see that aspect of creating platforms, websites, apps, or whatever. They're just like, oh, somebody told me to copy and paste the code to Google and just put it on the Play Store. And I'm just like, man, y'all, yeah, that's not it. That's not how it works, my man. That's
It's way more complicated. I mean, people think like that because you have certain apps that is like you could build a website using this, or you could use like this app builder, but there are a lot of more moving pieces, especially since you're not just simply like building a website, like you are kind of like tweaking the wheel in terms of like where you're trying to match the energy of the social medias
Mhm.
that's out there, but also making sure that it works for Black entrepreneurs and content creators. And besides like coding, all of that, like I think I took a coding class like when I was like in high school, and it's just
It's a lot.
it's a
And I
lot.
mean that's why it's not just me. And first of all, I don't do like any of the back end coding. I want to, you know what I mean? I don't have to take credit for that. I do some front end stuff. I do a lot of design stuff and things like that. But the real heavy back end stuff, I have a team. I had to hire people to do that. And they wrote it specifically for iOS. So we're using Swift, we're using that language to write the platform. And now I got to do the same thing for Android as well. So essentially, your one app is effectively two apps because you have to have one for Android, you have to have one for iOS, and all of the third-party services that you got to pay for in between to make sure that your app works.
And secure too. You got to make sure
Facts,
that it
facts,
is secure.
facts. So there's just so many moving parts. And you made mention of like those web apps where they're like, oh, turn your website into an app. That's cool if you got a website, maybe you sell a couple products. Great. It takes your website, wraps it in a shell, puts it in an app-like thing. But really, that's just a mobile version of somebody's website that's downloadable like an app. But there would be no way that I could create Blam Fam with those means. No way at all.
Yeah. Yeah, this really is very heavy duty.
Right.
So you hear that, folks. It's like go to the GoFundMe. I'm gonna link it in the description below. Please share it. If you can't donate, please share. Um, do what you can to keep this alive because a lot of Black creators are looking for platforms like this so that you can see us all of the time. So please
Absolutely.
download and support, and hopefully we'll get it to the Android because I have an Android.
I'm trying to get us there. Hey, I like that. I'm
Yeah.
trying to definitely get us there. Like I said, I'm trying to close this particular investor, and if we can make that happen at the right numbers, if we can negotiate properly, we'll be doing some big things in the next couple months.
And I can't wait to see it. So again, thank you so much for coming on the show, and see how you guys like glow from that conversation. I'll catch you guys next time. All right. Bye.
Peace.